Well, it's been 4 years since Gambar Osaka have challenged for the J1 League title, but the Nerazzurri are enjoying a resurgent campaign this evening. Dani Poyatos' team test themselves against the champions Vissel Kobe. Welcome along to the Panasonic Stadium Suita. We're north of Osaka city centre as today's hosts aim to continue their brilliant form, which has seen them win their last 5 games in all competitions. A 2-1 success over Kashiwa Reysol last time out has kept them firmly in the title mix. And with Machida Zelvia dropping points at home to Avispa Fukuoka earlier today, Gambar Osaka have the chance to close to 2 points behind the surprise league leaders. Vissel Kobe are very much in the race to claim the championship as well, and after winning the top division title for the first time in 2023, are keen to go back-to-back. Ushi start the day just 1 point to 1 place behind Gambar Osaka and have shaken off a 4-match winless streak to post back-to-back victories in league and cup. A key 1-0 success over Kawasaki Frontale, following up a comfortable Emperor's Cup defeat of Katala Toyama, although it's worth pointing out that the third-tier side did knock Vissel Kobe out of the Levain Cup earlier this season. Keisuke Kurakawa, 100 J1 League appearances, and he is honoured today. He's now pushed on to 103. That landmark was achieved just a few games ago, but he is honoured in front of the Gambar Osaka faithful ahead of this fixture. So can Gamba Osaka keep up their challenge today? They last won the title back in 2014, and although they finished runner-up to Kawasaki Frontale in 2020, they were a distant second that year. To be in the mix for league silverware is something most associated with the club have little experience of. Poyatos has said that the genesis of this term's title tilt began last year, and has said that he wants to return Gamba to the place it should be. And we'll find out more about their character over the next 3 games, as after today's fixture versus Vissel Kobe, they face the current top 2 of Machida Zelvia and Kashima Antlers. It's a critical moment, exclaimed defender Shinosuke Nakatani, before going on to say it will be a big week whether you can climb up or not, but in order to do that, you must first win the Kobe game at home. Well, time to check out the 2 teams for you, both unchanged incidentally from their last game. Keeper Jun Ichimura is having a standout season, ranking first for goals prevented in the top flight, while the ever-present Shinosuke Nakatani marshals the J1 League's joint best defence. It will be 4-2-3-1 for the hosts, with Kota Yamada as the attacking midfielder. Welton Felipe can boast a team-high 5 assists from the left, while Takashi Osami has been the main man up front with 8 goals so far in the league this term, including 3 in his last 2 starts. He can also boast 13 goals against Vissel Kobe. The veteran striker is having a standout campaign. Our referee is Hayato Shimizu. The 40-year-old official took charge of Gamba's first game of the season, a 1-1 away draw at Machida Zelvia. She lost Kashima Antlers most recently. It's his 4th Vissel game of the campaign. In the booth, Shuhei Shimizu is on VAR duty. 2 former Gambar Osaka players line up for Vissel Kobe this evening, with Ryo Hatsushi and Haruya Ida playing against their former employers. Ushi go 4-1-2-3. Takehiro Ogihara will sit just in front of the back 4. Yuya Asako continues as the central striker, with Yoshinori Mutu and Daijo Sasaki on the right and left respectively. Intriguingly, and maybe surprisingly, top scorer Taisei Miyashiro, who's netted 7 times in the top division so far this campaign, is only on the bench. Dani Poyatos currently enjoying his best spell as coach of Gambar Osaka. He knows that his side are very much in the title mix. Takayuki Yoshida led his team to the title last term. Going back-to-back is always difficult world over, but they're in the mix once again. So here we go. We're in Osaka this evening as the Nerazzurri host the champions. It's Gambar Osaka versus Vissel Kobe, 2 title challengers going head-to-head. It has been pouring with rain over the last hour or so. It is wet. It's also warm, tropical conditions for what should be a tight encounter. Final high fives for a high-profile fixture. Who will show the ambition, who can adapt to the conditions. 3 points on offer for Gambar Osaka and Vissel Kobe. Supporters are up for this one, there's no doubt about it. Vissel won home and away last season. 4-0 at home, then 1-0 here. They've won their last 3 and 5 of the last 6 against Gambar Osaka. Gambar's last win back in May 22. Underway at Panasonic Stadium Suita, it is Gamba Osaka versus Vissel Kobe. Two informed sides, two teams both gunning for title glory. Both can close on leaders. MEIJI YASUDA, who dropped points earlier today, they will know what a big game this is for both. Difficult to call a favourite. Last year's form would suggest that Vissel Kobe are more likely to secure the 3 points here, but Gamba Osaka have been excellent recently. They've won their last 5 in all competitions, 4 in the league, 1 in the Emperor's Cup, and they are going really well. They've won 6 on the spin since the autumn of 2020. That is the aim today for the team here in black and blue. Vissel Kobe in white with a long ball that just bounces out of play. And the conditions will perhaps mean that both sides will have to slightly change their approach. We're listening to Takayuki Yoshida ahead of kickoff. He wants his side to press, but in the heavy conditions that will be harder, tougher, difficult to do. Certainly a side that more recently have had more possession, but not necessarily known as a front foot team last season. And their average possession stats this season are under 50%, likewise for Gambar Osaka. So one of these two teams you would have thought will have to play slightly differently. Defensive records would suggest it will be tight, but you never know. Joint best defensive records in the top division. The pair have both conceded just the 13 goals, although if you look at some of the other metrics, perhaps they've been a little fortunate to do so. Vissel Kobe's expected goals against figure is 17.5, and for Gamba Osaka is 21.3. So any regression would potentially see these sides concede a few more from a neutral standpoint. There's nothing wrong with that, but I'm sure defensive coaches of both teams will be hoping that their respective charges keep it fairly tight. Fukuoka with a header, and then thumped forward by Nakatani. He's had a really good campaign, ever present so far this season. Scored against Kawasaki Frontale in the 3-1 home victory this term. Signed from Nagoya after 6 seasons there. Japanese international, hasn't played for the national side for a couple of years, but a really solid performer at the back. It is Muto. Gets a shove in the back from Takashi Osami, was back defending. Breakaways on potentially. This is Felipe to slide it through for Yamada. Might have a second goal. Brilliant goal line clearance. And Sousa has injured himself in the process here. He got back to make the goal line clearance, but the lower leg rattled into the upright. Wonderful first time ball forward, and suddenly Felipe was through. The flag eventually went up. It was the right call. Yamada just offside. The first effort was brilliantly stopped by Maekawa, but the follow-up was goal-bound. But for the intervention here of Hatsusa, who's gone down injured, that was the first stop. Really good recovery and reaction here from the striker. Oh, that must have hurt, shin pad or not. I'm not quite sure if there was that much protection. It was just below the knee, wasn't it? But he's a former Gambar Osaka player, Ryo Yasuda. Signed ahead of the 2020 campaign from Gamba Osaka. Only made 34 appearances for them after coming through the youth ranks, part of the side that managed to win the Emperor's Cup in 2015, or at least a squad member. But that was painful, really putting his body on the line for the Vissel Kobe cause. In a really good season last term. Played all bar one of the games. Been in and out of the side this term. He has played more from the off than as a sub, but not quite the regular he was last term. And that must have hurt. And it's one of those situations where you think if the flag goes up straight away, he doesn't have to make that challenge. But as we've seen world over in all of the major leagues, the flags tend to stay down so they can take a second look at it. And there are pros and cons for that. That was where sometimes it can go wrong if there's an injury after the incident. But a good start nonetheless from both sides. Really, we saw Vissel Kobe break prior to the counter from Gambar Osaka. And you do sense that that's how Gamba are going to play. Clever ball from Welton Felipe as well on the left-hand side. And Yamada, who is the furthest player forward, he's only got 2 goals so far this season. The last against Kashiwa Reysol in that 2-1 home victory last time out. Signed from Kashiwa, of course. Players only been on the winning side once against Vissel Kobe. The visiting supporters looking to get behind their team. They come in numbers as they always do. Really good atmosphere here despite the weather. It's a really good football stadium, only opened in 2015. They're averaging just over 25,000 this season, a capacity of just under 40. But I'll tell you what, the average is going to go up after today because there's not too many spare seats here. Vissel Kobe with a free kick. You can see how high the Gamba Osaka line is. They're just moving in an offside position. He'll jump back on, whipped in, flicked on, nodded down, but wide of the target. It was Osaka. Not having the season this campaign as he did last term. He was brilliant last season, 22 goals. 4th season now at Vissel Kobe, 37 in 88 is a pretty good record, but 4 from 17 this season. The metrics have dipped a little bit for the veteran striker. But he can post 6 goals against Gambar Osaka in his career, the last in that 4-0 home success last season back in March of 23. A Japanese Player of the Year back in 2018. Player that had a brilliant record when he was part of the national side setup, no longer involved, hasn't played for the national side since February 22, but 25 goals in 57 appearances for his country is a stellar record. 2 veteran strikers leading the line. Takashi Asami for Gambar Osaka, who's 32 now. He enjoyed spells in European football. That one France should be able to clear away. Might need an out ball here. This is Kurakawa. All his 103 appearances at Gamba Osaka, incidentally. Honoured ahead of kickoff, as we saw. So a lively start. Would be across what happened earlier in the J1 League with the draw between Machida Zelvia and Avispa Fukuoka. It does mean that Machida Zelvia have pushed on to 39 points, 3 clear of Kashima Antlers, and it means that Gamba Osaka and Vissel Kobe have got the opportunity to jump to second. Kashima Antlers still to play on this match day. course, kicking off just a little later. But important to lay down a marker, you feel, and Gambar Osaka's run, as we've highlighted, and as Nerazzurri supporters will know, is fairly punishing, with the top two in line next. If they can kick off with a win here against the champions, that will give them so much more confidence, not necessarily that they need it, given the run that they're on. Tougher tests are in the pipeline. This is the first of three big games for Dani Poyatas' side. Free kick taken for Vissel Kobe. Suita. Down the line by Ida. Here he is again. Suita. Flip back towards Osaka. Just a whack in the face for the striker there potentially, but play continues. Referee hasn't stopped play just yet. Clever ball down the line, if kept in play by Yamashita, and that's a really clever ball in field as well. Need a little bit of help over on the left. Yamada in possession. Kurakawa. Dawan Fran inside the penalty area. Felipe calling for it as well. Surprised that the referee didn't hold play at the other end. Potentially a head injury, but play continued. That was just the flick in the face as Yuya Asako went down, but he's claiming it was an elbow. I don't think it was quite as violent as that. Masami has got 2 assists to go with his 8 goals this season to take the corner. Only 2 goals from corner kicks so far this season for Gambar Osaka. Contrast that with the 6 that Vissel Kobe have managed. In swinger though, flicked away. It's going to spin for just the throw. And to take. Flick towards Yamashita. Back and cleared, but the clearance is poor, and Gamba Osaka have it once again. Touch from Mikuhanda. Fukuoka. Kurakawa. There's Welton Felipe to his left, but all the way back here towards Ichimori. League high, 4.94 expected goals prevented. It's a significant figure for a keeper that's having a standout campaign. 7 clean sheets, his save percentage 81.3. Wasn't loaned at Yokohama Marinos last season. Previously second choice here, but has been excellent so far, as Gambar Osaka have been so good defensively. Dawan Fran, clever for Suzuki. Prodded back by Sami. Handa. Sami loses out. Vissel Kobe have it once again. Dawan Fran with a header, back towards Riku Handa. The rain continues to pour down when the 2 teams arrived here a couple of hours before kickoff. It wasn't too bad, overcast, but dry. But around about an hour before kickoff, the heavens opened, and it has not stopped. Osaka won 6 on the spin back in September, October 2020. Beaten in their last 8, 7 wins, 1 draw. Last defeat against spot back in May 24, last of 3 defeats on the spin. It was starting to go wrong for Dani Poyatos' side, but they've been brilliant since. They won only 4 of their first 12 across all competitions this season, then 7 of their next 8. 12th after match day 7 in early April, but it's been a remarkable turnaround. They have really clicked. Throwing for Vissel Kobe though here, long from Hatsusa, flicked on but cleared away. Ogihara will pick up the loose ball. It's a little short, but Sakai will get there first, but lifts that out of play. Gotoku Sakai, another one that's featured in every single game so far this season. A stalwart for Vissel Kobe over the last 5 campaigns. Won the cup in 2019, part of the title-winning team, of course, last season. Once of Hamburg and Stuttgart. 8 years in Germany. Really good defender. Loves to get forward over on the right-hand side. Here is Matheus Tuller, the Brazilian former under-20 international for Brazil. Took it down, but couldn't find a teammate. 2 misplaced passes. Osami. Welton Felipe tries to slide it through towards Kota Yamada. Assists so far for Welton Felipe. The 1 goal, that coming against Sanfrecce in the 1-1 away draw. So from Nevsky Sofia, the Bulgarian side. Sakai keeps it in play. Muto inside the penalty area, cleared away. Here is Muto, might have another go. Sasaki. Hatsusa. Sasaki. Yamaguchi. Sakai. Yamaguchi again. Good running from Osako. Back for Sakai. Hatsusa looking for the outswinger. Cleared away, and then the shot on the volley from Ogihara. Ira. That was a bit of a block there, but it's gone against Vissel Kobe here in Gambar Osaka's favour. Scored in their last 5 fixture, Gambar Osaka, and 7 of their last 8 in all competitions, and 2 or more in their last 3, plus 4 of the last 5. So maybe they are just beginning to come out of their defensive shell a little bit. It's worked for them recently with this good current run. Vissel Kobe, likewise, just beginning to find form after a winless run of 4. They drew 2, lost 2 before winning in League and Cup, and I think a significant win in the Emperor's Cup second round against Katana Toyama. They lost to the third-tier team previously in the League Cup. And they will take on Tokushima Vortis, incidentally, in the next round in mid-July, playing the 2nd tier. Muto coming back on. 5 goals this season, 10 last term, 6 prior to that. Full season back after a couple at Newcastle, didn't quite work out in England. Well, the yellow cards come out here. We've seen 1 or 2 challenges that the referee has let go, and this time he decides to intervene with a caution. Gambar Osaka players are not happy. Let's have a look at this. Well, it's late. He doesn't really play the ball, does he here, Takashi Osami? Whether it's a yellow card is debatable, but I think it's just the fact that the referee has let 1 or 2 things go, and the players have decided to push it a little bit, and it will stop there. He's got this remarkable record against Vissel Kobe as Takashi Osami. 13 goals against them. The last, though, was back in July, a 2-0 away success. He scored in his first 8 games against Vissel Kobe, 11 goals in total, 2 since. Scored against Vissel Kobe more than any other club in his career. 7 this season, banging form. Historically good against the side that he faces tonight. A lot of things going for him, but now he's on a yellow card, so we shall see if he needs to adapt a little bit because of that. Long throw, Hatsushi to launch it inside the penalty area. That one Franny's underneath it, all a bit awkward! Brilliant goal! Oh, he's done so well here. Yuya Osaka improvised inside the penalty area, and it's the Vissel Kobe supporters who will celebrate. The flick on came his way. He was tight in. The angle was against him. Really well taken on his chest. The technique was brilliant, wasn't it? Just took it down brilliant. Just a little bit of movement with the chest, and then had to swivel inside the 6-yard box. It's a clever finish. It's a clinical finish, and he's given the champions the lead. It's not been his best season, and he will be measured on what he did last campaign. But that's a clever goal from an accomplished striker. Just wonder what they're checking here. First and second glance, didn't seem to be too much wrong with it. There was a couple of nudges inside the area as balls were flicked behind. Just wonder what might have caught Shuhei Shimizu. That's the VAR official's eye. Now, Ayato Shimizu has been advised to take a second look at this. Well, I wonder what it might be. Where might be the foul? Is there a shove? Is there a push? That's potentially what we're looking for. Or is it off the ball here? Well, is there something off the ball near the penalty spot? Keep your eye on that maybe, rather than the players that were involved in the goal. It doesn't affect the way the goal was scored for my money. There is a Gamba player that goes down. Nothing wrong there. Is there a shove there? No, nothing wrong there. Well, I don't know. There's an incident that's away from where the goal is scored that potentially the referee might be looking at, but let's see. Gamba player went down inside the box. We could see that off the ball, and the referee has decided that there is a shove here. Is there a block? It's nowhere near where the goal is happening. Keep your eye on number 16 and 10, middle left of your screen. Potentially Suzuki was just blocked. And then as Osaka makes his way towards the goal, well, I guess that's the situation, isn't it? As well involved. There were 2 players around him. And the referee, because of that coming together, and because Takumi Suzuki went down, has decided to rule that one out. I guess the fact that Osaka is involved in it and then he's racing to finish. Officials with an off-the-ball incident. I guess it's a key component of what VAR can do. The referee is keeping a keen eye of where the ball is and not where the pushing and shoving just inside the penalty area was. That's where he can be helped out. But you would never call it the most forceful of shoves, would you? Just like it coming together to me. Vissel Kobe are a little unlucky not to have been allowed to have that goal, or the goal allowed to have stood. But we're 0-0. Matsusa.
Ida again. 54% possession so far for Vissel Kobe, having more of the play, more of the ball. Osaka to counter when they can. Lost possession, then won it back. Doesn't get the ball, does get the man, can't complain too much. Matsusa. So Kobe were top in mid-May after winning 4 on the spin in the J1 League. Didn't manage to win any of the next 3. Scored in the first half in their last 3 fixtures, and for the last 5, so they've been fast starters here. Generally, has been enough. Scored more than one only once in the last 7 in all competitions. Comfortable save from Maikawa. And Suzuki took the shot on. Did score against Vissel Kobe for Gamba's city rival Gamba Osaka a couple of campaigns ago in a 3-0 win across the city. So from Gamba Osaka ahead of this season. He's featured in every game so far this campaign. Scored against Ryukyu in the League Cup defeat back in April. Stopped to Maikawa. 7 clean sheets so far this season. Same amount of as Ichimori. Both of these two sides very good at the back. So they're battling at the moment. These sudden conditions, free kick and another yellow card coming out. Well, regular followers of the J1 League will know that cautions do not come out like confetti as they might do in some leagues. We've had 2 in the opening 28 minutes. Concern here before we restart. Suzuki into the book. So Vissel Kobe with a free kick. We approach the half hour. We've had the odd stoppage already for one reason or another. Early injury and then a hard decision as the goal was chalked off. So plenty of time still remaining in this first half. Can Vissel Kobe conjure something here? Matsusa to curl towards the edge of the area. Has to be a little better than that in terms of the delivery. This is Ogihara. Diagonal straight into the arms of Ichimori. to away from home, Vissel Kobe. 1-1 away draw at Rawa Reds after a 1-1 cup defeat at the hands of Katala. Tomiada. Well, that's a little loose opportunity here for Sasaki. Plays it infield towards Osako. Sasaki again. Still going. And eventually, the third challenge does win the ball back. Not for long. Really good battling qualities here from Vissel Kobe. Ogihara's gone down. Referee sees nothing wrong with it. Gambar Osaka will clear. Nodded back by Matthias Tula. Just sensed that Vissel Kobe here beginning to turn the screw a little in terms of possession. Sasaki with a good run, beat 2 players, but not the third. That's Vissel Kobe win away from home. Came in mid-May against Kashima Antlers, 1-0 away success. Haven't won any of the last 3, only 1 defeat in the last 11 though. They are difficult to break down. Just 1 defeat in the last 15. That defeat to Kashima Antlers, I should say, back in May. Only defeat away in 11 in all competitions away from home. Oten Felipe. Usami, good effort! Just needed to dip a little more. From outside the box. 2 of those from Asami, incidentally. He scored a couple of free kicks. Gets his head up, good technique. Whips the shot in, just doesn't dip enough. Started at Gambar Osaka back in 2009. To Bayern. Champions League winning squads. Augsburg and Hoffenheim and Dusseldorf. Key member of Dani Piatas' side. Feeling it a little bit, maybe a change is going to have to be made here. Something that Dani Piatas will have wanted to do straight away. This doesn't look good. We've seen 1-2 players limp after some fairly hefty challenges. Changes here. There's Yamada, the player, to come off, and we saw Isa Sakamoto get stripped and ready to come on. Here he is. Started more than he's come on as a sub, but disappointment for Yamada. Sakamoto scored against Kashima Antlers in the 2-1 home defeat back in April. Japanese under-20 international, did play at the under-20 World Cup last year. Japan knocked out the group stages by Israel. Did score against Israel. Israel going really well in that competition, of course, last term. But didn't get out of their group. Back comes Vissel Kobe. Sasaki for Osako. Acrobatic clearance from Dawan Franz. Come back out towards Sasaki. And again, Hatsusa. Matthias Tula. Brazilian just caught in two minds a little. This is Yamaguchi. Now back towards Yamakawa. Sakai couldn't keep it in play, but that was really good pressing from the Gambar Osaka midfielders and forward players, not letting the Vissel Kobe players settle at all. Given away. Osaka on the move with a shot, but took it very early. Yuya Osaka offers apologies. Could he have taken a couple of more touches here? They were backing away. It was opening up. Suzuki was closing in, but maybe could have got a yard further forwards. Goal involvements last term, 22 goals, 8 assists. Julius header. By Nakatani. Up into the air by Mateus Tula again. Flip forward by Sasaki. Suzuki. Kurakawa. Suzuki again, the layoff from Osami. So the percentage possession is now inched up to 58% for Vissel Kobe, but Gambar Osaka on the attack at the moment. This is Yamashita. Now Dawan Fran. Yamashita again. There's a yellow card come out here for Takehiro Ogihawa. Ogihara goes into the book for that challenge on Takashi Usami. Combative in midfield. Ogihara, third yellow card off the campaign. Fran to decamp left. Kurakawa to join in. Suzuki. Yamashita. Looking to drive to the byline. Really good defensive work from Ryo Hatsuta. First time we've really seen him drive forward on that right flank. For this fixture of Gamba Osaka supporters, maybe they can inspire the heroes on the pitch from this corner kick. Usami towards the back post. It's going to spin back towards Suzuki. He's had one sighter already, looking to curl it back inside the area to the edge of the box. Yamashita tried to flick it back in field. It didn't quite work. Block from Fukuoka. Sasaki's on the move on the left-hand side. Osaka tries to just thread it through. Good play from Ogihara to win it back and win the throw. Just a little bit of afters between a couple of the players here. Ogihara gets there first. He was certainly caught by Yamashita, seemingly unhappy with the challenge, but he was the player that was a little late. he loses out, cleared away. There's no one in such an advanced position here. It'll be Asami to try and chase it down. Interesting now with Sakamoto on. You can see Sakamoto there. Almost looks like a forward 2, doesn't it? Imada is a player that can drop a little deeper, likewise Asami. Nakatani. Plus added on time to go in the first half. That started really brightly, but has dipped a little in terms of goal-mouth activity. Osaka's goal chalked off because of a foul in the build-up. Yamashita tries to get goal side, but he's worried out of it. It's played back by Yamakawa here. Maekawa to thump it forward. Long here for Osaka, for Muto. Goes down. Fran not happy. The amount of cautions we've seen being issued in this game. Better advised to keep his thoughts to himself here. Just a shove in the back of Yoshinori Muto. So started at Corinthians. Situation then here, a little too far out maybe to have a strike on goal. Sousa standing over this. With 8 assists last season, he's got 3 so far this campaign. Likewise, Osaka and Sasaki. Chimori organises his wall. Favourite, left back, right side for a left footer, some distance out though. Some Kobe players just reminding the Gamba Osaka personnel that they're just behind the line here, I think. There we go, let's get a bit more spray on. Watch your boots, boys. It's right over one. Nakatani is going to have to step back an inch or two. She's forward. Hatsuta or Sakai? Right back or left back? Yo, Hatsuta, favourite here, hasn't scored this season. Taking an age to get ready. Hatsuta hits the wall, ricochets between a couple of players, stumped to safety, all that for nothing. Sousa with a long throw to the edge of the 6-yard box. The flick on doesn't quite come off though this time. Sousa again. Still the throw in. Which way? Can we get the call? Players, what are they, coach, what's he suggesting here, Takayuki Yoshida? Trying to get the officials' attention. He's got that all right. He's completely ignoring him, though. First half that's ending in a fairly scrappy manner. And not surprisingly, Hayato Shimizu has had enough of being berated on the sidelines. This is the last warning, first warning and last from Hayato Shimizu to Takayuki Yoshida. Discussion goes on, there's only going to be one winner. Former player, of course, Takayuki Yoshida. Played for Yokohama Suita Trinita for a long time, and Vissel Kobe. Did brilliantly last season to claim that title. Six minutes of added on time at the end of this first half. It's a significant number, it feels about right. We've had some big stoppages here in Osaka, the Panasonic Stadium Suita. Walton Felipe towards Asami, one back immediately by Vissel Kobe. Driven towards Osako. Tula, Otoko Sakai, free kick. Really been able to get into the game. Walton Felipe. Good attacking player, but sorties in advanced areas in the Vissel Kobe half have been few and far between for the most part. Matsusa standing over this one again. The referee has been fairly fussy, but I think has been pretty good so far. Another free kick here for Vissel Kobe. Can they make this one count? Into the edge of the penalty area, easily dealt with. Sakai back towards Mateus Tula. Hatsusa with a throw. Down one front. And then eventually Yamashita, but the overhead can only find touch and the pressure continues. Gambar Osaka defending pretty deeply here. Vissel Kobe have had more of the ball in this opening half. And they carve out one last opportunity before half-time to get themselves in front. They'd scored, of course, with Osaka's clever swivel and shot inside the 6-yard box, but ruled out because of a foul in the build-up. Osaka's efforts haven't been as frequent. Just the 2 goal attempts to Vissel Kobe's 4 and only the 1 on target. It was a fairly easy save for Daiya Maekawa from Tokuma Suzuki's shot from distance. Here is Sakamoto. Kurakawa. And still stands one up. Walton Felipe. Just a throw. Only one has lost this season, coming against Kashima Antlers. Scored in their last 6 and 8, the last 9 in all competitions. This was always going to be more difficult against a very, very good defensive unit. Anytime they failed to score at home, Gambar Osaka against Kyoto Saga back in April, a 0-0 affair. One drawing their last 13 and doing their last 24 in all competitions in front of their own supporters. They come forwards here. Ball pushed away from Riku Handa. Easily intercepted by Nakatani. Nakatani actually sees his ball shuffle to Kurakawa. Nakatani. Fukuoka. Played by Chibori. Well, final minute of the added on 6 here. Only an incident in added on time. Clear-cut opportunities for both sides at a premium. Yamashita breaks forward though here for Gambar Osaka. It's still Yamashita. Haven't seen enough of him getting forward on the right-hand side. He's a clever player. He's weighed in with a couple of assists this season. Hard runner. Got a bit of skill about him as well. Sami to kill towards the back post. Kurakawa to kill back in. Fran's header was blocked. Gambar Osaka finishing the half on a high. 10 seconds to make it count. Riku Handa to curl back in. It's a good block. Yamashita. Riku Handa. Oh, a shove from Mateus Tula. Gambar Osaka players thought about that. Let's have another look. Does he just get the ball? Sakamoto, the player that went down. Time thoughts already running through the minds of the two coaches, Dani Payatas and Takayuki Yoshida. And it's the half. Defence is on top, as we thought they might be. Two informed teams going head to head. Sami's been lively at one end. Osaka at the other. Thought that he'd scored, only for the goal to be chalked off because of an infringement. Two keepers looking to add to their 7 clean sheets so far this season. 45 minutes away from notching number 8 for both of them. Haven't seen the best of Wilton Felipe. Defence is on top in Osaka. Half-time at Panasonic Stadium Suita. Gambar Osaka 0, Vissel Kobe 0. Welcome back to the Panasonic Stadium Suita in Osaka. Gambar Osaka against Vissel Kobe. Second half underway in the next minute or so. Vissel Kobe with a really good record in terms of first halves of football. They do rank top of the first half table, and they've stretched their unbeaten run, so to speak, to 19 games now. Been leading at half-time on 8 occasions and drawing now on 11 occasions. Never behind after 45 minutes so far this season. They are a side that have done brilliantly in the opening 45 minutes, but in contrast, only ranked 12th in the second half table. Gambar Osaka with a better record than the team that they host today. So potentially, Gambar Osaka might be able to kick on and claim the 3 points here. It will be massive for them to do so against the champions. We shall see. I think that Vissel Kobe were the better side in the first half. One goal disallowed, more of the ball. Can they make it pay in the second period? Underway then for the second half in Osaka. Gambar Osaka 0, Vissel Kobe 0 after 45 minutes here. And the first half started strongly before petering out somewhat. Let's hope we get a little more cut and thrust in this second half. Vissel Kobe coming forward with Muto. Haven't seen enough of him really over on the right-hand side. Had such a good campaign last season. 10 goals, 10 assists, 20 goal involvements. Was a real influence on Vissel Kobe's title-winning team. Play between himself and Osaka and Sasaki hasn't quite been there so far. And in a way, although Gamba Osaka haven't taken any advantage of being at home here so far, I think they might be the happier that it's still 0-0. Did they get out of jail a little bit with the goal that was disallowed? Maybe. Vissel Kobe starting strongly and positively after the restart. Has been made of the run that Gamba Osaka are about to embark on, facing all of the top teams. Vissel Kobe do play Achida Zelvia and then Kashima Antlers as well. So it's a real battle between all those sides at the top, almost like a mini league over the course of the next couple of weeks. Just by chance, really, it's worked out that way, that all these sides are in the mix. Top floor, playing each other week after week after week. The way it's worked out, as Doan Fran clears, that quartet have just separated themselves away from the rest, heading into the weekend. Sanfrecce Hiroshima in 5th place, with 4 points behind Vissel Kobe, so it's a neat little pattern of fixtures that potentially will decide the title over the course of the next fortnight, including, of course, this round of fixtures. For Kotoko Sakai. Battles well, getting his shirt pulled, but retains possession. This is Ogihara. Sasaki for Hatsusa. Back for Yamakawa via the keeper, Maekawa. Yamaguchi. Towards Ogihara. First time reverse ball here. Just about staying on his feet. Sasaki. Tsusa from that left flank as well. Sasaki wants it played down the line. Kept in play. And a corner one. fans expect. First corner of the game here for Vissel Kobe. 6 goals from corners so far this season, second highest number in the J1 League. In-swing order of the day, good movement inside the area, something a little unorthodox. Yamaguchi. Well, he was well worked initially, but the eventual cross was terrible. He should have done better. Punts it long. And Gamba with an opportunity to get some players forward. Already seen them in advanced areas the opening 5 minutes or so. This is Suzuki. Fukuoka. Ichimori. Pressing from Mutonko. Sako. Making life difficult for that Gambar Osaka defence. Heavy touch, chance to break for Vissel Kobe here. Sako is on the move on the right-hand side. It's gone to the left flank and Sasaki. 3 inside the penalty area. Deep across towards Sakai. There's another go here, but Shimori makes it his. Keen to play it out from the back. This is Fukuoka. Sakai tight to his man. Sakamoto does well. Now he's with Milton Felipe. Dawan Fran. Nakatani for Fukuoka. Kurakawa. Felipe to turn. Fran again. First time by Nakatani. Suzuki. Just looking for the space here, but given away by Dawan Fran. Vissel Kobe's turn to come forward. That will be a yellow card, I'm sure. Knew that his team was on the front foot. Had to pull back. Yuya Asako. The second half is very much picked up where the first half left off, with Vissel Kobe enjoying more of the ball. And we content to try and counter. To the area, the Vissel player could get a touch on that. A little bit disappointing. Milton Felipe. Challenge from Yamakawa. Yellow card. Well, 5 cautions in this fixture. Unusual. Yamakawa will not be playing next weekend. fixtures, isn't it, with that game against MEIJI YASUDA coming up. Ahead of the weekend game against Kashima Antlers, so 2 massive games. Nakama's going to miss the first of them. He has been ever present this season. He'll be a miss. Struggled with a foot injury last season in his career at Vissel Kobe. And generally, when he plays against Gamba Osaka, he's got an excellent record. 5 wins from 6 appearances against the team that he faces today. Just the 1 defeat. Vissel Kobe with a free kick, flicked on, completely away. Now it is. Ido was waiting to volley. Sakai for Ida. Got to Sakai again, flicked away. Osami to take control. He's got runners left and right, but he hesitates, and Vissel Kobe get players back into defensive position. It is Osami again. Kurakawa. Intercepted by Yamakawa. Running off the ball on the left-hand side. Osaka won't get to it. That one, Fran. Twice this season away from home with Vissel Kobe, failed to score. 6 told this season, but 4 of those at home. Only once this season have Gamba Osaka failed to score in front of their own supporters. That was against Kyoto Sanga. Finished 16th last season. Gamba off the back of 15th prior to that. Some pretty disappointing seasons in recent times. Last title win back in 2014. Did finish really poorly last term. They lost their last 7 and 10 of the last 12. Different story this time around. Muto still going. Osaka was calling for it. It's the game just opening up a little bit. Welton Felipe loses out. Muto to curl inside the penalty area. Dawan Fran to hook to safety. It turned out to be a good-looking ball as well, and that's clever play. And Mishita goes down. Play continues. Mateus Tula has it. Injection of pace from both sides now. Mateus Tula's continued his run. This is Ida. Let's get the cross in. Claimed by Ichimori. Yamashita. Dawan Fran. Kurakawa. Suzuki. Handa. Again, the pace has dropped a little bit here. The conditions not really conducive. Not raining as heavily, but just taking a bit of a battering over the course of the last few hours. Handa. Intercepted by Ugihara. Vissel Kobe on the move again. Threaded through here towards Osaka! Yuya Asako taking the shot nice and early. Ichimori makes the save. This is Welton Felipe at the other end. The Brazilian darts in field. Needs an out ball. There's all sorts of options. Osami will take the shot on. You can see why they're shooting from distance with the conditions as they are, but potentially there were better options there for Takashi Osami. Gambar Osaka supporters urging their team on, but a better chance at the other end for Vissel Kobe and Yuya Osako. Well, no real surprise, we're going to see Miyashiro. We're going to see Iriguchi as well. Yukihara, defensive midfielder, is coming off, and then Haruya Ida will also to be replaced here. Iriguchi came from Celtic. Didn't really make the grade in Scotland, didn't have the success as other Japanese stars have. But Tisai Miyashiro has had a great season, 7 goals. Also scored in the recent Emperor's Cup success against Toyama. Last J1 League goal against Avispa Fukuoka in May, a 1-0 home win. Change is made. See what difference they have. Mateus Tula lazy with the ball forward. Yamashita in the way. Oh, really good skill here down the left flank. Osaka can't turn it in. Muto! What a save! Ichimori, top-class keeping. Yoshinori Muto thought that he'd scored. Lovely touch and skill here. The cut back towards Asako. He couldn't send it goalwards. It ricochets out towards Muto, who thumped this towards goal. And that's a reaction stop of the highest quality from Jun Ichimori. We talked about the fact that he's prevented the most goals according to the stats and the expected goals metrics. Well, that's another one. It's another significant figure. Corner for Vissel Kobe. Over the head of Mateus Tula. Sakai. To be patient, but just past the hour, the chances are beginning to come for Vissel Kobe potentially. This is Welton Felipe, can't keep it in. Flicked on, Muto from Osaka's flick, back towards the onrushing Iriguchi. Combination play there for all to see. When Osako and Muto combine, Kobe are a different animal. Those visiting supporters certainly know it. To see their side win, being held at the moment, but have been the better team, certainly since the restart, arguably throughout the game. Deep in discussion. Corner tactics discussed. Mateus Tula moves towards the penalty spot. Loaded up far post, runners to near. Whipped in towards the penalty spot, cleared away by Dawan Fran. Back out for another corner. He'll be pleased with his team's performance over the last 10-15 minutes or so, taking the game to Gambar Osaka. Another corner, but the referee's involved again inside the area here. Eventually happy. Low this time, and the flick is not behind. It was an awkward touch from Deju Sasaki, but one that needed to be cleared. Another corner, getting the in-swinger. This time it evades everybody and bounces through harmlessly, but not the worst delivery. A change is made here for Gambar Osaka. Dawan Fran hasn't been as influential in that midfield area as he usually is and can be. Neta Lavi is on, and Issam Jabali is also on. Takashi Osami surprisingly wants to come off. Jabali's only been able to play limited appearances for him this season because of injuries on. And Netalavi likewise, the Israeli international, joined last season from Maccabi Haifa. Jabali scored 5 goals last season. Lots of Odense and Rosenborg and Elfsborg, Tunisian international. What sort of difference will they make? Does look like, is Walter Felipe going to play further forward maybe? Twice he's come up against Vissel Kobe. Twice he's seen defeat Issam Jabali and his Netalavi. Cleared away by Fukuoka. Certainly Jabali's going to play through the centre, isn't he? Wilton Felipe is going to keep his place on the left. In play, Sasaki to turn inside the penalty area, cleared away by Nakatani. Yamashita. This is Lavi. Have a ball forward. Gambar Osaka on the move again, but that's really confident defending initially from Hatsusa, and then he goes down. Korakawa. Suzuki. Lavi. Israeli will turn, looking for a bit of space. The reverse ball for Suzuki. The layoff towards Jabali doesn't quite come off. It was a neat idea initially, though, from Sakamoto. And Sakamoto again. Lavi. Forward by Suzuki. Jabali. And still Jabali. Well, it was a tentative hit. Was easily charged down. Handa will help win it back. Nakatani forward. Riku Handa once more. It is Suzuki. Yamashita. Inside the penalty area. Kurakawa. Thought about the volley maybe. Turns it back towards Welton Felipe, who probably would have taken it on. Better from Gambar Osaka. Yamashita. Hander to curl in. Jabali beaten in the air by Sakai. And then Felipe! What a strike! Welton Felipe got to the pitch of that all right. Terrific hit. Maikawa no chance, and it's Gambar Osaka that lead. The cross was cleared to the edge of the area. Only one thing on the mind of Welton Felipe. Half volley. Brilliant strike. Hard and low, skimming off the wet turf here. Maikawa threw himself across to his left, but could not prevent this one from flashing into the net. And after all, Vissel Kobe's pressure at the other end and chances that they created, they've been sucker punched by Dani Payata's side, who lead. Only his second goal of the season. Having netted an important goal in the 1-1 draw against Sanfrecce Hiroshima away from home. His first home goal is a massive one against the champions. Ashiro and now Muto win a corner. So far this season, Gamba Osaka, when they've taken the lead, and this is the 10th time, the previous 9 they've won 8, drawn 1. When they get their noses in front, they are usually good, they usually get the job done. This is different though, this is against the champions. We'll see what Vissel Kobe are made of. Another corner, right towards the back post. Flicked down, Mateus Tula, but not flicked into the net from close range. It was a good initial header from the Brazilian. Chimori to the pace of that well and spotted it just before it was turned in by a Vissel Kobe player. Only one come from behind success this season for Vissel Kobe. That came back in March against FC Tokyo. They were a goal down in the capital. They won 2-1. John Patrick to come on for the champions. And Yuki Honda also. Yamakawa and Sasaki, the players, to come off. Honda scored against J.LEAGUE Osaka in a 4-1 away win just across the city. John Patrick looking to make an immediate impact here. Wins a corner. Usually used as a substitute, 14th time from off the bench. Did score in the cup win recently against Katara Toyama. Also scored in the League Cup this season, but hasn't scored in the J1 League. His last, though, did come against Gambar Osaka here in a 1-0 success in Osaka. Header away was good, wasn't it? From Nakatani, could have gone anywhere. That winning John Patrick goal. Fairly late on, to go down as an own goal in some quarters, but John Patrick claimed it. Short corner. So the good and the bad from situations like this. That's the better ball in. John Patrick jumps, doesn't know where it's gone. Flicked on again. Well, expect pressure here. Gambar Osaka will know what's coming. The 7th time that they've fallen behind this season, Vissel Kobe. They've lost 5-1-1 of the previous 6. Well, resilient in their championship winning season, and they picked up points 7 occasions when they went down early and they conceded the first goal. 32,366. We mentioned there was a few more in than their average. That's 7,000 up on what they usually get. Vissel Kobe supporters have helped with that. Really good atmosphere throughout. Very much so at half-time as well. .15 minutes remaining. Gambar Osaka lead. Vissel Kobe by a goal to nil. Potentially, depending on results elsewhere, could jump to second in the standings. All depends what happens with Kashima Antlers. Sakai to clear. Shot from distance, always going over from Yamashita. But what it will do for sure, if it stays as it is, it will put 4 points between Gambar Osaka and the champions Vissel Kobe. Fukuoka's header. Kurakawa. Good energy and industry shown here from Miyashiro. Stats not quite as heavy in Vissel Kobe's favour as they were end of the first half, which surprises me a little. Jabali beaten in the air. Katani again. He's had a very assured game at the back by and large. Tom towards Sakai, can't keep it in play. Kurakawa. Fukuoka. Has won it back. Udaguchi with a swing and a miss. Here's the goal scorer, Welton Felipe. Jabali keeps it in play. Welton wants it back here. Welton Felipe, he's got Yamashita with him, who completely misses it. And the follow-up from Rico Handa is blocked. Yamashita was in a terrific position. Didn't quite fall for him. Gambar Osaka still with the tails up at the moment. Clever touch, not once but twice. Yamashita can't turn it round the corner. Now it's with Sakamoto. Just a little sloppy from Jabali. Hatsusa towards John Patrick. Head away again. Mateus Tula. ball here. Cleared away by Fukuoka. Winning his fair share of those aerial duels over the course of this second half, and certainly the last 10 minutes or so. And Vissel Kobe have tried to up the ante, but they can't find a way through just yet. Mateus Tula. Kotoku Sakai. Mateus Tula again. Muto was calling for it. Which way is that going to go? That's the right call. Beaten in the air. Defensive work. Mateus Tula. High, and the referee concurs. Yeah, just a tickle to the ear with the blades. See the goal again, and it was sweetly struck as it was cleared to the edge of the area by Sakai. They're not going to hit a ball better than that on the half volley on the up. Brilliant. Massive goal in a big game. That will keep Gambar Osaka very much in the title mix if it turns out to be the only goal of the game. Jean-Patrick still going forward. It's a brilliant run. Ricochets around. One or two half-hearted shouts of handball. Players sliding on the wet surface. Since it was a run where he didn't have 100% control of the full ball, Jean-Patrick, but even so, caused an awful lot of concern in the Gamba backline. Cleared away by Kurokawa. Back to the edge of the area towards D, but cleared away. It's a free kick Vissel Kobe's way. Jabali penalised. Tried to get out of the way, didn't he? At least bring the boot down. Much travel, 32 now. The last World Cup for Tunisia. Rosas coming on for Osaka. Interesting move. Last throw of the time is potentially with 7 minutes remaining. Jean-Patrick with the ball at his feet here, looking to run at the Gamba backline. Does whip the cross in, but too close to the keeper, Chimori. Jabari. No one with him, turns and races towards goal. It's a good looking run as well and wins a corner. Himself about since coming on. Gamba supporters bouncing at the moment. Their side 6 minutes plus added on time away from a big victory over the champions. Towards the near post, flicked on and in! Gambar Osaka have got a second. Well, they raced to celebrate to this near side with Takuma Suzuki. Was it Yamaguchi that got the final touch on that? Maikawa couldn't keep it out at the near post. It's a big goal. It could be an own goal. Double trouble for Takayuki Yoshida. Let's have another look at this. Maybe it doesn't touch anybody. To see from that angle whether there was a touch on the two players that raced towards the near post. There was. This is going to go down as an own goal, I think. Yamaguchi potentially with a final touch, the definitive touch. Suzuki doesn't care. It won't quite be the Olympico that maybe his teammates think, but they lead by 2-0. To be replaced. We're going to see Juan Alano come on, and Matsuda is also coming on for Welton, and the scorer of the first goal to be replaced. Juan Alano, a Brazilian, of course, limited opportunity this season. Making a last term 7 last season in terms of goals, having signed from Kashima Antlers. And Felipe all smiles as he comes off. Riku Matsuda on for just a 5th appearance of the campaign. Once of Cerezo Osaka, who was on loan at Ventforet Kofu last season in the second tier. Here's an opportunity. Oh, now then. Well, Muto went down, still down. It will be checked. The ball is kept in play for now. The referee hasn't halted play just yet. Hasn't had the nod maybe from Shohei Shimizu. But Yoshinori Muto is still down. Let's take another look at this. Is the ball in? Was he caught, or was it just the way he fell? Shota Fukuoka went with him. Did he just roll the ankle? Not the best of angles that we've seen on replay. We'll still be waiting for any decision here. Nothing's come up on our monitor to suggest that there's a significant, serious check for a spot kick, but Muto goes down. Fukuoka was close up. Here we go. So, the last time that Hayato Shimizu came to the near side monitor, he reversed the original decision. Now, if that's the case here, that will mean that Vissel Kobe might get a spot kick, and there could be some late drama yet. Difficult to see there. Is it a shove, or is it something lower down? Oh, there is certainly contact there. How much, I'm not 100% certain, and exactly where. Likewise, the angles that we're watching are not necessarily definitive, are they? But if there is deemed contact, given how close in, will this show us a bit more? Not really. The referee's taking a good hard look at this. He's watching the angles that we're seeing. Is there a challenge that doesn't get the ball and does get the man? is the referee going to do? Well, at first glance, you wondered if it was just a roll of the ankle or whether there was contact. And there was contact, and therefore Vissel Kobe in the 90th minute have a chance to pull one back to set up a grandstand finish. Now, MEIJI Yasuda is the usual penalty taker. He's off the pitch, been replaced. However, he's 0 from 2 this season, so it's down to Muto to take the spot kick. Didn't take one last season. Osaka was 6 from 6. He has taken one in his career in the J1 League, and as you can see, he had that one saved up against Jun Ichimori, who's faced one this season, but did not save it. But he's had a standout campaign, and as we tick towards the 90, this will tee up a fairly dramatic final however many minutes we're going to get of added on time, I suspect, here, because Vissel Kobe will throw the kitchen sink at Gambar Osaka. They've got to score from the spot first. It's Muto against Ichimori for a 6th of the campaign. A consolation or something more? Muto straight down the middle. He makes no mistake. Vissel Kobe draw to within 1. And how many minutes of added on time we'll get to see if they can grab a late leveller. It seemed the ball would go up. That's power and pace rather than any sort of precision, isn't it? Keeper stands where he is, he saves that. No nonsense. But no mistake. First minute of added on time at the Panasonic Stadium Suita. Jabali. Six minutes, and we've had nearly 2 of them. Osaka's missed 2 from the spot this season. He'll be thankfully he wasn't on the pitch. He would have certainly taken it. His 100% record from last term. And nervous glances from the Vissel Kobe players. Will their side get one last chance in the final 4 minutes that we've got? Gambar Osaka keen to take their time and keep the ball down at the other end. They've lost the corner flag. All a bit awkward and scrappy, but Gambar Osaka will take that. Maikawa punts it long. John Patrick to control and to move through the gears. Brought down, was he? According to the referee. Cleared away by Gambar Osaka towards Jabali. Vissel Kobe, have it again. Mikuchi. His own goal is the difference at the minute. Mateus Tula shrugs off Jabali. Hirosa. To curl in, it's deep towards John Patrick. There's 2 going for this. Running back to the edge of the area. Sakai with a swing and a miss. Injured himself in the process, needs to get back up here. Vissel Kobe still on the attack.
Another good-looking ball in. Mateus Tula, Hirosa, Tula, Hirosa again. Just unable to get through. Then it's the back of Jabali's head. Sakai's injured. He can't run. Gambar Osaka coming forward again. Kurakawa. Sakai doesn't want it. Milton Felipe locks on. Sakai limping as he takes the throw. Just about keeps it in and gets the cross in. He really has put a shift in for his team, but the champions here nearly down but not out. Vissel Kobe still have it. That might be a corner, you know. Oh, it's stopped from going out. Terrific defensive work. Muto playing through the centre. Sakai limping, gets another cross in. Cleared behind for another throw. We're into the final minute of the added-on 6. Gambar Osaka hanging on. Mutu's penalty is given Vissel Kobe. A late chance maybe to escape with a point, but they have to get the ball forward, going in the wrong direction at the minute. For Muto. See anything really of Niguchi or Miyashiro since coming on. Miyashiro inside the box. Tula is there as well. Diverted towards Jean-Patrick to flick it on. Cleared away by Suzuki, an important one as well. Seconds ticking away. A big 2-1 win to close to within 2 of the leaders. For Gambar Osaka potentially. Punched away by Ichimori. Sakai. Hirosa. Goes off on the overlap and wins another corner if we've got time to take it, just. Mihara looking on as well as Osako. Last chance, last act. The champions trail by 2 goals to 1. Can they grab an unlikely point, an equaliser after being 2 down? This is it, and it comes. Punched away. Sakai to recycle, but the referee decides that is enough, and it's Gambar Osaka that pick up a huge 3 points against the champions here. We said that this was going to be a bigger test for Dani Poyatas' side, but they have come through it. They've ridden their luck, but they've defended well. An own goal will be the difference in the end. Milton Felipe's brilliant strike before Yamaguchi there with an own goal. A near post flick. Muto from the spot pulled one back in, added on time. But the clear-cut opportunities didn't really fall Vissel Kobe's way, despite having most of the ball. Takashi Osami not required. Milton Felipe all smiles. Here's the standout goal of the 3 that we've seen. And it means that Gambar Osaka are 2 behind league leaders, Matías Elvira. And there's an awful lot of football to be played from Dani Poyatas' side. Full time, Gambar Osaka 2, Vissel Kobe 1. It's a big win, and it's a crucial win, and it gives them just that little bit of daylight between themselves and the champions, because Gambar Osaka will move to 37 points. They'll be 2 behind Machida Zelvia and potentially Kashima Antlers as well, depending on how they get on there. Fixture ongoing at the moment, but Vissel Kobe will be 4 behind Gambar Osaka, and they will be 6 behind Machida Zelvia. Disappointment etched on the faces there of the Vissel Kobe supporters. Their team comes across to applaud their support. Been a great atmosphere, testing conditions, the rain pelting down really heavily for the most part. Tough encounter, which we thought defences were on top, but a penalty and an own goal means that we've seen the 3. The one standout, of course, from Milton Felipe, a brilliant hit. But Dani Poyatas' side will start to believe, if they didn't before, that they can potentially claim a first title since 2014. They've been poor over the last 3 campaigns, haven't had the top half of the table finish, but these supporters are starting to believe now.
Spaniard. He is working miracles with Gamba Osaka. He's turned their fortunes around. Could we see the first J1 League title since that 2014 success? Long way to go. We are at the halfway stage, of course, of the now 20-team league, expanded league for 2024. The 19th game in the book, and Gamba Osaka are very much in the title race. Vissel Kobe will bounce back, that's for sure. He gave it a real good run today, but weren't quite good enough there. 60 feet off the campaign. MEIJI YASUDA side just unable to
今日のゲーム
create big
チ
chances.
ームを
Let's
勢
get
い
some
に乗せ
post-match
る
reaction.
先制ゴール、ウェルトン選手です。ナイスゴールでした。
Foi bom gol, primeiro gol do nosso time, né? Eu só tenho a agradecer a esse grande clube. A gente não criou só uma equipe, mas uma família. E a gente vai seguir trabalhando firme para alcançar nosso objetivo. で、今日はこういった雰囲気、チームだけじゃなくて、サポーターの皆さんと